they had heard of being traditional. They had heard about how their grandmother supposedly was before and how they stayed married. And that was impressive, right? We always say, well, my grandma was married for 50 years or whatever. That's always the point they want to try and make, because that makes them somehow suitable. But in reality, most mothers that came out of that era that we came from, the Generation Xers, the mothers there, that was during the crack epidemic. If you guys remember, really, really was one big turning point in all of our communities, because it wasn't just the black community, it was also the white community. Now, in the black community, you guys had the institutionalized rap music that was gangster rap, and that was for programming. On our side, it was heavy metal. Okay, I was a heavy metal head. They introduced cocaine to the heavy metal scene as well. So you have the rap side, and then we had the heavy metal side. They did a big experiment on us to see who would respond to it. The men didn't.
No joke.
The men basically fell right into it. You know what I mean? Because here we are going to jail, and then they signed all these laws, coincidentally, in the 90s to put us all into these private profit prisons. So it was all a part of a plan to put dudes in prisons, to separate the families, to sexualize the children, so that they would have abortions for whatever reason to that accomplished. Do you follow me? I feel like it was some harvesting of something going on.
Yeah, that's for a whole nother conversation.
Yes, and I'm over here like, oh my God. So
Listen, he's cooking right now.
We put him in all the like, working clinics, pawn shops, the check cashing stores, every single thing, the liquor store right next door. It's all a plan.
Right.
that's
They
real.
did it to us too, but it did it in different ways. They offered us tons of credit cards. They caused spikes in so that only certain people could get rich and the rest of them were shut out.
Period.
So that goes for all of us, every single one, because we got some real talent in these groups. I've listened to their music. I've watched the people do their work. You guys know XL Pros?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Have you ever seen his work? He does like wood floors with like really detailed woodwork.
Mm-hmm.
And these are skills that need to be taught to our boys.
Right.
Urgently.
You got to have dad at home for that, though, Professor.
Well, I think it just requires someone
Mentors, a man, someone of knowledge to get in and do it. Not always have to be a dad.
The reason why I say dad is because